This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Ural. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Good evening, I'm Pia and you're watching KiniNews. The MACC has questioned Mirzan Mahathir. According to the Commission, this was on their probe over the Panama Papers report.
Former Premier Dr Mahathir Mohamad's son, Mirzan, was questioned by the MACC to facilitate investigations into the Panama Papers leak. In a statement today, the MACC said Mirzan was at the Commission's headquarters in Putrajaya yesterday morning. It said a notice was also issued to him under Section 36(1)(b) of the MACC Act 2009, which requires him to declare all movable and immovable assets in Malaysia and abroad within 30 days. The MACC added that this order is a further action from the MACC investigation regarding the information in the Panama Papers report and his business activities involving the sale and purchase of GLCs. The investigation is also being carried out under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Prevention of Terrorism, Financing and Proceeds of Illegal Activities 2001. According to the Commission, it had started an investigation in August 2022 against all related entities named in the Pandora Papers report, as well as the Panama Papers. It said to date, a total of 10 witnesses have been called to record their statements. The MACC said they are currently reviewing the financial documents and asset ownership of the entities listed in the reports, and the investigation is still ongoing.
Earlier, it was reported that the investigation required Mirzan to declare all of his assets either in the country or outside the country.
The MACC has confirmed that the Commission recorded a statement from the son of a former Prime Minister. It is believed that the statement is regarding the individual's business ventures in the late 1990s. According to Bernama, a source from the MACC said the individual was called to give his statement, including declaring his assets in the country and abroad. The investigation is believed to be over the individual's purchase of a government-linked company's subsidiary. The source said the investigation requires the individual to declare all his assets either in the country or outside the country in writing. Previously, media reports claimed that the MACC called up the individual last month in connection with claims of bribery and corruption.
While we are on the topic of Mahathir, a Bersatu Associate Wing leader has stressed that Mahathir is not a representative of PN. He said not all his statements reflect PN's position.
A Bersatu leader has urged government leaders and the public to stop condemning Perikatan Nasional for Dr Mahathir Mohamad remarks on the loyalty of Indian and Chinese Malaysians. Bersatu Associate Wing Information Chief R Sri Sanjeevan said this is as he is not a representative of PN. He told Malaysia Kini that the public should not be confused as Mahathir only supports PN becoming the government. He said that does not mean that all his statements reflect PN's position. Sanjeevan said that Mahathir's position as an advisor to the four PN-led state governments is because he is a former Prime Minister and has experience and knowledge about the economy of a state. He added that it has nothing to do with Mahathir's stance and he does not participate in any PN component party, even though he has publicly left Pejuang. He said Bersatu's associate wing will never support any party making statements challenging the unity between the races in this country. Mahathir's statement has been rejected by various parties, including the PN component party, Gerakan.
Freedom Film Network has called on the government to drop their charges against the director and producer of Mentega Terbang. The group condemned the move and said it was excessive.
The Freedom Film Network has hit out against the criminal charges filed against the director and producer of Mentega Terbang. In a statement last night, they said it is excessive, disproportionate and archaic. The group said that there was no evidence of a continued public outcry, and it called on the government to immediately and unconditionally drop the charges against director Muhammad Khairi Anwar Jalani and producer Tan Meng Keng. FFN condemned the continued harassment of the filmmakers, who were charged with deliberately wounding the religious feelings of others under Section 298 of the Penal Code. FFN said that criminalizing filmmakers for a fictional film, especially one inspired by lived experiences of processing grief, is excessive and disproportionate. It added that there is no evidence of continued public outcry, and the movie was banned in September 2023. It said the government's reaction overemphasizes the role of film in influencing people. According to FFN, parents, the home environment, and teachers play a more important role than film in shaping a person's worldview. However, films and filmmakers seem to be the only ones punished and criminalized for their perceived negative influences on social values. This puts an unfair responsibility and burden on filmmakers to be the moral compass of the nation, it said. Among others, the group also warned that the move would harm the local film industry. They also urged the government to repeal and amend provisions in the Film Censorship Act, Communications and Multimedia Act, and the Penal Code, such as Section 298 and Section 505(b) that criminalize the constitutional right to free expression.
Syed Saddiq has hired the former Solicitor General as well as senior lawyer Hisham Teh Poktek to represent him for his graft case appeal.
Muar MP Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman has appointed former Solicitor General 2 Muhammad Yusuf Zainal Abidin and senior lawyer Hisham Teh Poktek to represent him in his appeal against his conviction over criminal breach of trust, misappropriation of funds and money laundering. Bernama quoted his lawyer, Alex Tan Chie Sien, as confirming the matter. Tan said law firm Messrs. Wong Kian Kiong has taken over Syed Saddiq's solicitors in the appeal, with Yusuf being the lead counsel. A case management was conducted today before Court of Appeal Senior Assistant Registrar Nurul Azrina Muhammad, who fixed another case management date on March 15th as the appeal record and grounds of judgment were not ready. Deputy Public Prosecutor Muhammad Afif Ali, appearing for the prosecution, attended the case management today, along with Tan. On November 9th, Syed Saddiq, who is also former Youth and Sports Minister and Muda President, was sentenced to 7-year jail, fined 10 million ringgit, and 2 strokes of the cane by the Kuala Lumpur High Court after being found guilty of 4 charges. Syed Saddiq, 30, was charged with abetting former Bersatu Youth Assistant Treasurer Rafiq Hakim Razali, who was entrusted with 1 million ringgit of party funds to commit CBT by misappropriating the funds. The High Court allowed a stay of execution of all sentences pending appeal. Syed Saddiq's previous lead counsel Gobind Singh Dio was appointed Digital Minister during the cabinet reshuffle on December 12 last year.
An association wants the government to take action and intervene in the p-hailing issue. It called on them to protect the welfare of gig economy operators and establish a regulatory body.
The government has been urged to expedite the establishment of a regulatory body to protect the welfare of gig economy operators, especially p-hailing operators. In a statement today, an association known as Persatuan Perpaduan Rakan Penghantar Malaysia, or PPRPM, urged the government to take action and intervene in the p-hailing issue. It said only the government can formulate and issue a policy or guidelines for the entire gig economy ecosystem. It also called on the p-hailing service Grab Food Malaysia to immediately return to the original pay rates for its drivers and replace the drastically reduced new rates. According to PPRPM, the drastic move of reducing the wage rate by GrabFood without consulting its drivers is regarded as being disrespectful to the discussion held with Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim regarding the matter. It added that there was also a discussion with the Transport Minister, Communications Minister and Human Resources Minister at the Prime Minister's office. According to them, at that time, all the supervising companies, including GrabFood, agreed to review the pay rates for their drivers. However, PPRPM said it is disappointing that the problem persists and the current wage rates are very low. The association said this is compounded by the unclear method of calculating wage rates.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news update. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Pia. Thanks for watching.